Oh yeah. Alright. A better way to start the week than with fucking some heavy squats. I got 3 sets of 8 today. Let's rock and roll. Okay, come on. Come on. Alright. Set the tone, baby. Alright. Almost broke my ankle setting up this bullshit. One set, one rep at a time. One set, one rep at a time. One set, one rep at a time. Oh, man, come on. It's all in my head, bro. Shit's light. Come on. It ain't easy, but it ain't hard either. fuck it. I'm not really concerned with this shit, but let's see what's up. 30 did 2 sets. Got this one, maybe one more, and then hammies and a tamalats. We'll get some leg press in here. I'm not really too concerned with calves, although I should be, but it's not really the most important thing here right now. Last night, my water heater went out. Completely random. I was working all morning, cut the grass, ate dinner, came back inside, tried to wash dishes. It just, water just wasn't getting hot. So, I'm gonna have to file either an insurance claim or home warranty will cover it, but it just sucks. Sucks bad. And I can deal with it. I can take cold showers. I don't mind, but my wife and daughter, they both love that hot water shower. So try to get it fixed as soon as possible. Hopefully we can get somebody to come out either today or tomorrow. Most likely tomorrow on Wednesday. That's what it is. Just gotta roll with it. Just gotta roll with it. And, be thankful for what I have. At least I have water. It just sucks. Anyways, that's it. Corners and lows, girl. Today's the end of, or right now actually, will be the end of day 32. I still got a couple hours left before the day is over, but this is going to be the recap of the day. So after that sick ass leg workout this morning, went home, took my clothes out of the dryer, folded them, put them away. Well, I'm lying, I didn't put them away. I gotta do that when I get home. But folded the clothes, got ready for work. Dropped my baby off, went to work. For whatever reason, today was busy as fuck. I don't know if it was just because it was a Monday or what. First of the month, I mean not first of the month, but beginning of the month. So, everybody's getting their shit in order. Finances aligned, all that good shit. So, yeah, work was super busy. And then I just finished doing a couple dashes. So, pretty successful day. Got the workout in. Successful day at work. productive couple hours after work, and now I'm out here doing this shit. So I'm gonna go home, enjoy dinner, enjoy what time left I have of the day with my wife and my daughter, and get ready for day 33, Tuesday. I was on Instagram earlier, and I saw that well, I had actually seen it a couple days prior to seeing it again today, but supposedly big universities, major universities like Harvard, UC Berkeley, they're going to start offering a class in Taylor Swift pop culture. And if I could just say one thing about that, it would be, what the fuck? I think by now, I don't know if I've ever gone into this. I think I may have touched on it a little bit, but me personally, I think that if you're not going to school to either be a lawyer, a doctor, an engineer, a scientist, if you're not going to school for any of the STEM majors, you're kind of wasting your fucking time. If you're, majoring in gender studies, waste of fucking time. If you're majoring in philosophy, I'd say it's a waste of time, but only because you can't get a job, really, in a philosophy degree, with a philosophy degree, aside from practicing philosophy, you know what I mean? Maybe you could write a book, but you don't necessarily need to get a philosophy degree to practice philosophy or, be an expert in philosophy. But, philosophy is cool, degree-wise, kind of useless. If you're going to school to be a fucking business owner, I guess there's some useful business classes, but again, do you really need a business degree to run a business? Not necessarily. A lot of entrepreneurs don't have fucking business degrees. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, it has its pros and cons. I just think at the end of the day, you're probably going to get more out of your money, or you're going to get more out of your time if you, one, do the research yourself online, two, spend your time instead of going to school. I mean, you may not necessarily have a career path, right? But maybe you get a white-collar job, right? Blue-collar job. And that gives you some professional experience, right? Those are tools. Being in the workforce, as I don't know if it's cliched or whatever, but, you actually gain a lot of real world experience in the sense that, you develop these skills that can transfer from job to job, right? Regardless of what you're doing. Once you get a background in a certain industry, obviously it's best to stay there because it doesn't look really too good if you're jumping from job to job, or from background to background or whatever. But honestly, I think school's a waste of time. It's an investment for sure, but it's also a lot of debt if you're not having it paid for. If you can go to school for free, whether it be FAFSA, you're getting financial aid. If the government is paying for you to go to school, if you're in that kind of situation, I definitely think you should take advantage of going to school. But if you're having to take out tens of thousands of dollars in order to get a degree in fucking sexual psychology, you're probably wasting your time. And it's kind of fucked up, you know what I mean? Like, these schools are offering classes. I if I'm not mistaken, a couple years ago, they were offering classes on Bad Bunny culture, like they really, these universities really think you're stupid enough to take out a fucking loan to pay to go to school and learn about Taylor Swift or to learn about Bad Bunny, bro. Like, I wish I would have learned in high school that, you know, college isn't the only route. You don't necessarily have to go to a 4-year university or school even, for that matter, right? I think, you know, definitely the trades are not I wouldn't say not talked about, but they're definitely not, like, the faculty aren't directing you towards trades or towards the workforce. They're trying to get you into school, which, I mean, is it really their fault? Not necessarily, but, you know, I guess at the end of the day, if you have parents who are looking out for you, I mean, that's probably the best case scenario. Or if you have people who care about you, who, you know, are offering you different solutions to what your future may look like, I guess. But, you know, I definitely felt like school was, like, I wouldn't say pushed, but it's the only perspective that you're given when you're you know, junior, senior year of high school. And, you know, it is what it is, right? Like, I guess you also got to learn from experience, right? If you decide to go to school and you're like, you know what, this ain't for me, fucking drop out, dude. I dropped out twice, bro. First semester out of high school, went to UTSA for a semester. I just was like, nah, bro, this ain't for me, you know? And, you know, thankfully it worked out, because, I mean, if I would have kept going to school, maybe I would have got my degree. Maybe I would have got a job that paid me good. Would I have been happy? I mean, maybe, possibly. I know right now I'm happy. I'm happy that I didn't go to school and I spent a year off working, doing what I loved, which was working at Gold's, fucking lifting for a whole year, meeting a bunch of different people, learning how to interact in a professional, quote-unquote, environment. I ended up going back a year after dropping out to get my associates. I got my associates, took a lot of the classes that I was really interested in, like philosophy, like psychology, you know, astronomy. I took a lot of interesting classes while I was trying to get my associates, and I think those classes in particular were very helpful in, I wouldn't say necessarily shaping my worldview, because I believe that within like the last 3 to 4 years is when I've really kind of gotten a grasp of how I view the world. But it's given me information so that now I can look back upon those experiences and you know, reflect on them, take the information, and, you know, come to my own opinion about it, whatever it is that I was taught. Because a lot of this shit too, like, it was kind of fucked up. I remember, speaking of sexual psychology, right? I was taking this class on human sexuality, and my professor, I mean, don't get me wrong, she was a super dope ass professor, super cool. Whether or not she knew what she was, you know, pushing, that's questionable, but this was the first time I was introduced to what's called MAPS, right? Minor attracted persons. And at the time, right, I'm like, no, that's out of line, that's out of pocket, that's fucking being a pedophile, right? And so, you know, I raised that point in class, and this is kind of like when, I guess, I wouldn't say cancel culture, but like, I guess political correctness was starting to become a thing, right? And I'm like, nah, this is kind of borderline, right? This is questionable. And she says, you know, no, it's only a crime if they cross that line, but if they don't cross that line, you know, they're not technically breaking the law. But, I mean, just because somebody doesn't break the law, does that mean, I mean, I don't know. I guess that's when it becomes a little bit blurry. But, you know, point is that if you're attracted to children, there's something wrong with you. Like, that's not a fucking sexuality. That's a perversion. And at the time, I kind of took it open. I was a little bit more, not that I'm not open-minded, I'm still open-minded, but I was a little bit more, I guess, impressionable. I don't know if that's the correct word. So, she's introducing this idea to me, and I'm kind of like, you know what? Maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm just being, closed-minded. But obviously now, looking at what agenda is being pushed in society, I realize now that, yeah, it's fucking propaganda. And, no fault to, again, my professor, whether or not she knew what she was doing, that's questionable, but I know that that's not right. And regardless of whether or not they're trying to convince you of that being okay, I think it's pretty black and white. Like, that's not cool. It's not okay. And, it just goes to show that, like, not only are they pushing an agenda in school, right? So you're basically paying so that these people can lecture you, right? They can share information with you. But I feel like a lot of the times now, if you're offering a different perspective to the classroom, or if your opinion or if your ideas offend or threaten somebody, like, you're kind of pushed out and you're kind of ostracized. And obviously, I would say obviously, fuck it. I would say obviously a lot of these institutions are kind of like, I don't know the term for it. Like, basically all these people have similar ideas, and they're regurgitating each other's talking points. They're repeating what they're hearing from the news media, the mainstream news. And I feel like a lot of the times, a lot of people don't like to hear the opposing opinion, not only because it might shatter their current perspective, but I also feel like they think that an opposing idea, because it's something that they don't agree with, I feel like they think that it's bad. And I remember in school learning that dialogue it's a part of learning. Conflict is a part of learning, right? You can't grow if you can't, one, articulate your ideas, and I guess, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like, you can't argue your perspective, right? If somebody gives you pushback, how are you going to respond to that, right? Like, if somebody brings up a counter argument, what's going to be your response to that? And I feel like, the internet kind of shows, like, a lot of people don't like to, I guess, build upon why they believe certain things or why they have come to the opinions that they have, right? And, it's no fault of their own. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but people are kind of stupid. And a lot of the times people would rather be led than, take information and formulate their own opinion. But, I mean, it just is what it is, right? It's human nature. But with that being said, I do feel like, with the, I wouldn't say creation of the internet, but now that the internet is big as it is, I feel like, it really truly does give everybody the opportunity to express their opinion. And, that's all I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to share my ideas, my thoughts, my perspective. And, if people agree with them, cool. If people don't agree with them, that's even better, because then that gives me an opportunity to, defend my ideas, argue why I believe my ideas are I don't want to say correct, but, the right ideas, I guess, right? I wouldn't even say right way to be, because that's more into a philosophical, but maybe how things should be, or I don't know. I'll think about that and I'll come back to that. But I think it's very important to, one, have your own opinions, If you have an opinion, it's very important to articulate it, why you believe it, and maybe hear some opposing ideas, because I think that anybody who thinks that they know everything definitely doesn't. And it's their ego saying, I'm better than you, I know it's right, virtue signaling basically. And that shit's kind of pussy. If you not saying that you have to oppose every idea that's out there, but if you're basically agreeing with everything that's being pushed, I kind of know where you stand. And it is what it is. I could probably ask anybody 3 questions and basically see where it is that they're leaning. And not that that's not a bad thing or a good thing necessarily, but everybody should have their own ideas. Don't be a sheep. Don't be the guy who just repeats talking points. It's kind of lame. So with that being said, I'm gonna go inside. Just got home. I'm gonna enjoy my evening and then prepare myself for tomorrow. If you liked the video, or if you liked my rant, leave a like, share the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. I don't know if I'll be lifting tomorrow since it's my wife's day, but I'll definitely be knocking out some things so I can accomplish my to-do list. I didn't share it because I guess I'll review it at the end, maybe at the end of the week or on Friday, just to let you know how far I've gotten and if there's anything else I need to do over the weekend. But I'll go ahead and end it here. If you're watching, thank you. I hope you have a wonderful night. See you later.